Welcome to Simply Happy, a show where you'll be learning how to shift to a more positive perspective in easy to manage steps. Who am I? My name's Olivia. I'm a mother, a wife, the driven woman behind SimplyOli.com, and someone who ditched depression and bipolar disorder through mastering my mindset and emotions. So let's chat about some tips that have helped transform my life, because life doesn't need to look perfect to be happy. Hey there, what's up? It's your girl Olivia from SimplyOli.com, coming at you with self-empowerment and the street smarts of mental health. So today we are talking about all sorts of things. No, really, we're talking about raising your voice. And yeah, I'm not gonna get that loud, okay? Because I don't want to blow your speakers. But we are gonna talk about raising your voice in just different aspects of life. And today is Halloween, so happy Halloween. Yay! If you're listening to this later, sorry, this is weird. I'm so sorry this is weird for you. Anyway, but before we dive in, really quick, I just want to ask you to do something a little different. If you want to leave a review, gosh, I would so appreciate it. But if you have been getting value from this podcast, if you get value from today's episode, or if you just think that this podcast would really help somebody else, I know a lot of the times that this kind of self-growth, self-help journey can be a private one. And so if you don't feel comfortable sharing, please, don't make it weird on yourself. But if you do feel like it would help other people, I would encourage you to screenshot the episode that you're listening to, other episodes, whatever, and just share it on social media. Let people know that this kind of resource is out there, because I really want to start getting this message out about self-empowerment, because a lot of the times we think that either our problems aren't big enough to fix, they're just not that big a deal, or our problems are so big that we have to go to some other person, some other source. You need a therapist, or you need one-on-one guidance. Too often, people discredit how capable they are of creating change in their own life. And so it's settled in with me over the past month how important this message is of self-empowerment and to get people creating change in their own lives. You don't need somebody else doing that for you. Honestly, I don't think that works. And your problems aren't little enough that they don't matter. So yeah, I would just really appreciate it if you want to share this message, but let's go ahead and dive on in. So yes, we're talking about raising your voice. And what do I mean by that? I feel like with this being Halloween, it's kind of the perfect time, because, I don't know about you, but I'm weird. I'm super weird, but I'm weird and I'm proud. We have dead things in our home. We have an oddity collection. I'm a huge nerd. I love comics. I also love yoga. I'm this weird blend between hippie and tech nerd. I'm just a weird breed, and I know I'm not the only person out there that feels like that. And so, especially on the spectrum of self-love, we have to raise our voice about who we are. It builds confidence, it builds charisma, it builds just this comfort within yourself and who you are. If you can't raise your voice about what you believe or how you feel or, who you are, then you're going to be sitting on the back burner. You're the confidence is going to be so low. You're going to be really worried about what other people think. And it's such an important quality to have, to be able to raise your voice. And I'm not talking screaming your opinions at people, but knowing the fact that no matter who you are, no matter what you believe, somebody's going to dislike it. Somebody's not going to vibe with it. Somebody's going to it's going to be polarizing to them. So somebody might be that's not okay that you keep cases full of dead things in your home with children. That might be somebody's opinion. But I am confident in who I am. I am confident in what I love, and I am confident in how I navigate life. And here's the truth about raising your voice, because finding yourself is something you're always exploring. So you're always going to be, trying new things out. Like, do I like this thing or do I like this thing? Kind of like fashion, right? You're like, ooh, do I like wearing all black or do I like wearing neon pink? So you have to try it out. And I think so often we get scared if we raise our voice about liking something or having an opinion or being a certain way, that immediately locks us in for life and we can't change it. Otherwise, people will just be like, oh, but you used to like this thing or you used to be this way. And immediately, like, we just like feel shut down and we feel stuck in this like chain that we've created and we just can't break it. And you have to be okay with breaking those chains and going, okay, I used to be super goth, and now I'm like, I have hairy pink pillows on my couch and I love it. I have a fluffy pink blanket on my chair and I dig it so wholeheartedly. So it's like I've raised my voice about like being into tarot, which is something I used to get made fun of all the time for. So raising your voice takes practice. Start small, build it up. Just speaking your opinion, and eventually you get to the point where, somebody could say something. The biggest place that this has come into, I don't even know the word I'm trying to say. Whatever. The biggest place I've noticed this in my life is that with my parents, because honestly, I don't know about you guys. I might do a whole episode on this, but when I talk to my parents, I feel like a strong, confident freaking lady, when I'm on my own. And then when I go to my parents and they're like, yeah, well, you should do, this, and this. And I'm like, yeah, you're totally right. And I just shut down and I'm like, I'm your daughter. I can't have an opinion. I can't raise my voice to you because I'm your child. So that's where I've noticed it big time. And honestly, practicing raising my voice and stating my opinion and building that confidence in myself, I've finally been able to have moments where they're like, well, they explain their point of view on something and why I should do something a certain way. And I'm able to respond with, well, I respect that. I appreciate that is your opinion, but, this is mine and this is what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. And it took a hot minute to get there. I'm going to tell you that. Because you worry. You worry about people's reactions. You worry about offending somebody. You worry about messing up a relationship if you raise your voice. And that's a problem. That is a problem. And, some relationships might have to be, sacrificed, or, you might have to make space in those areas if you truly want to find your voice and raise it. If somebody doesn't agree with it, that's their problem, and you have to do what's in your best interest to grow. So I think I'm gonna stop babbling your ear off, but honestly, the big points are practice raising it. Start small. Start with something little, literally, I like pink. I like pink and I'm okay with that, I also like Captain America. It's all good. So start small. Honestly, this is a weird one, but bonus tip, say it to yourself in a mirror. Say it to yourself out loud. Honestly, for me, I practice this a lot in business, and it's always weird talking about my business pursuits in my to my audience, because it's my business. So it's but I don't, whatever. Anyway, so for me, it's telling myself I can make these sales, I can boost my income. And so it's really raising my voice and building my confidence in what I'm capable of in in a business aspect. So I'm not saying that to like the world yet, but I am saying it to myself. I am starting to say it to my husband. I am starting to say it to close friends. And that builds confidence, and that builds clarity, and that just builds strength in knowing that I'm okay with that. Like that's what my goals are. That's who I am, and I love it. So take baby steps with it. And honestly, it might be freaky at first. So, let it kind of sink in. Like, take your time with it. And just, like I said, practice in front of the mirror yourself. Practice with close people that you can trust, that you know will be supportive. And then you can go even bigger and broader with it. But this is like the basis for like building confidence. If you can't stand firmly in who you are, then you're gonna be shy, you're gonna be closed off, you're gonna be locked down, and you'll question who you are like at the drop of a hat. So I hope you go out, you start practicing raising your voice. I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a happy Halloween. I hope if you're a weirdo, you just own that crap and you walk out in the street and you're like, I'm freaking weird. Happy Halloween, Sorry. I have no apologies because this is who I am. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I love you so much. As always, you keep saying Simply Awesome. I'll keep saying Simply Oli. And I'll chat with you on the next pod. Bye.